In this video, we will demonstrate how to assemble, position, test, and maintain a PAL pool lift, one of several independently tested and verified ADA-compliant pool lifts from the swimming pool accessibility experts at SR Smith. The PAL lift arrives at your location on a covered shipping pallet. It is very heavy. Before opening, be sure to inspect the external condition for any visible damage. If you notice any damage, note it on the bill of lading and contact SR Smith or your authorized reseller immediately. SR Smith requires that a deck profile sheet be submitted and approved for each pool lift. The deck profile sheet ensures that the lift will be ADA compliant for your pool. When you are ready to begin unpacking and assembling your PAL lift, you will need the following tools. Cut open the enclosure bag at the base of the unit and carefully remove the plastic. Then cut the internal bands. Next, remove the accessory box and open it to find the owner's manual. Before proceeding with the setup, read the entire owner's manual and be sure to follow all instructions, warnings, and cautions indicated. Then remove one side of the crate to allow access to the pool lift parts. Next, remove the seat and the footrest. Then remove the half-inch bolt that connects the mast to the base of the crate. Next, remove the mast assembly, seat assembly, and housing. Lift the assembly by the mast and seat arm. Then remove the remaining crossbeam of the crate. Next, remove the main frame from the pallet. Position the frame close to the pallet and lock both rear wheels. Then remove the handle from the frame. Next, unplug the motor cable from the housing and remove the housing from the lift frame. Then remove the bracing from the pallet to access the counterweights and carefully transfer the 24 counterweights from the pallet to the frame of the lift and attach the restraining strap. Next, place the housing on the frame. Then remove the two lock nuts and washers from the mast mounting hub on the base assembly. Next, position the mast assembly through the housing and attach to the studs located on the base assembly with the lock nuts and washers. And then fully tighten with the 3/4 inch or 19 millimeter socket wrench. Next, remove the plastic from the mast assembly. Then remove the 3/8 inch or 10 millimeter bolt and nut from the actuator arm end. Following the illustration, attach the actuator end to the end of the actuator arm using the same 3/8 inch or 10 millimeter bolt and nut. Fully tighten the bolt and nut using the 9/16 inch or 14 millimeter socket and wrench. Then remove the twist tie and uncoil the actuator cable at the bottom of the mast. Next, lift and slide the housing partway up the mast to gain access to the frame area under the housing. Then run the actuator cable along with the 24-volt motor cable across the top of the weights and insert it through the hole in the rear of the housing near the control box. Next, insert the actuator cable, the green stripe with the O-ring, into the connector number 2 on the control box. Make sure the plug is secure. Then insert the 24-volt motor cable, the red stripe, into connector number 1 on the control box. Make sure this plug is secure. Next, return the housing to the normal position and insert the handle over the mounts. Then remove and unwrap the hand control from the accessory carton. Insert the plug into the large connector on the control box and hang the hand control on the handle. Next, attach the battery to the control box. To remove the battery, pull slightly away from the mounting plate and lift the battery pack off of the control box. Now check the up and down controls for correct operation, both touchpad and hand controls. Then check the side-to-side controls for correct operation. both touchpad and hand controls. Then check the emergency stop button for activation of the internal sounder. Next, attach the seat assembly with the bolt and thumb nut in the appropriate hole. Attach the footrest to the seat with the bolts and thumb nuts. For storage, the seat can be attached facing inward to take up less space. When preparing to move the PAL, it is important to remember that the counterweights make it very heavy, and so you must maintain a firm grip on the handle when positioning it. The PAL can easily be moved without the need for special equipment or dedicated staff. In compliance with ADA guidelines, the lift must be positioned where the water depth does not exceed 48 inches and there is the required clear deck space around the lift. Please consult the product information placard and the owner's manual to learn more information about the placement of the PAL. Once you have moved the PAL into the ADA compliant position, lock both rear wheels and fully extend both stabilizing arms. If it is readily achievable at your facility, the PAL should be secured to the deck in accordance with the technical assistance document issued by the Department of Justice on January 31, 2012. This can be accomplished by using the PAL Secure-It kit that comes standard with every PAL. Check with your local building authority to confirm local code requirements for your facility. If bonding is required in your area, contact a pool professional for installation. With the PAL in place on the pool deck, hang the Secure-It bracket over the rear of the frame by lifting up the cover slightly and slide it down against the frame. Hold the bracket flat against the concrete and mark the center of the slot on the concrete surface with the permanent marker. Next, roll the PAL aside and drill the deck using a 1-inch masonry drill bit. The hole depth should be approximately 1.5 inches. Periodically remove debris and check the depth of the hole with the plastic anchor. Continue drilling until the top of the anchor is flush with the deck surface. Once flush, thoroughly clean the hole using compressed air. Next, prepare the epoxy per the manufacturer's instructions. Insert the anchor while rotating it slowly. Use a bolt to protect the threads in the anchor and for holding the anchor with your fingers. Use a moist cloth to wipe the surrounding surface clean and allow the epoxy to cure according to the instructions. After the epoxy has cured, roll the PAL into place and secure it to the deck using the bracket and bolt provided. Now the PAL is ready to be tested. First, check the battery light indicator to ensure the battery is charged. It should indicate 100%. If not, remove the battery and allow it to charge. Next, check all the controls using the hand control and the buttons on the face of the control box. If the lift does not rotate when the buttons are pressed, check the connection to the control box to be sure the plugs are pushed in all the way. When the emergency stop button is activated, the lift immediately stops moving and emits an audible alarm. An emergency stop can also be done via the hand control by pressing any two buttons simultaneously. Routine lift maintenance and cleaning are an important part of ensuring accessibility. Regular service helps prolong the life of your lift, supports daily operation, and helps satisfy the ADA's Maintenance of Accessibility Features provision. This provision states that a public accommodation shall maintain in operable working condition those features of facilities and equipment that are required to be readily accessible to be usable by persons with disabilities. Consult the owner's manual and installation guide for detailed information regarding maintenance procedures. The lift operator control box features a service-required LED to notify lift owners that required maintenance for the lift must be completed. A detailed performance log may be downloaded to a standard USB memory stick and then viewed on a PC. When the performance log has been downloaded, the service-required LED is reset. ADA-compliant pool lifts will ensure everyone has equal access to public swimming facilities. For more information on ADA requirements and SR Smith pool lifts, visit poollifts.com. Trust SR Smith, the swimming pool accessibility experts. Visit poollist.com for more information.